Is grade 2?
I think that's the report. I think it's grade 2. He's out for the start.
I know he's out for the start of the season. I was about to say that I think it's everyone, they basically kind of alluded that he's going to miss the start of the season. I just wanted to make sure that I have the information in front of me. Here's a little picture of LaMelo for you guys. But yeah, so let's go over here and let's talk about it. So what are your thoughts right here? LaMelo Ball, what?
No, wait. Give your thoughts first. I'm gonna give you a better picture to use.
Alrighty. Damn, you don't like my picks?
The
So
Rockets are waving Teo Maledon. Sorry.
wait, the Rockets are waving Teo Maledon?
Right?
What?
I know.
You guys don't have point guards to begin with.
I know.
All right, that's a questionable move. How sad were you that Steven Siles' dad is Paul Siles?
I think I vaguely knew that because
I
I
was-
think in his first season when he was struggling, I think that's what the running joke was, that it runs in the family. So I think I vaguely knew that, but I never think of that. I never. Put it
I
together.
didn't know that until I watched the video on the Charlotte Bobcats season, and the coach was Paul Siles. I was like, oh, and he's black,
Dude.
and I was like, and I Googled it, and that's what came up.
I want to
Well-
see that video because I bet that was a. Or actually, no, sorry. I'm thinking about when the Nets won less than 10 games because I remember watching their games that season against Derrick Rose and the Bulls.
So right here, LaMelo Ball left the Charlotte Hornets preseason game against the Washington Wizards in the third quarter due to a sprained ankle. Ball, who was inadvertently stepped on by the Wizards' Anthony Gill, did not return the game. And Ball has undergone more testing today, which leads us to I'm searching up right now to find what information we can find right now of LaMelo Ball, what they've announced on his injury. And with that being said, I want to hear your thoughts right now. Okay, Bleacher Report, fuck Bleacher Report, but Joseph
grade two.
Zucker's grade 2 ankle sprain is expected, according to Shams Charania. I must have missed this tweet. And with that being said, he's going to, with a grade 2, obviously they're going to take her time. And let me give you my thoughts right here. Okay, editor, start the clip 30 seconds before this. But what I'm going to say right here is LaMelo Ball suffering a grade 2 ankle injury might be the best thing for the Charlotte Hornets in a while. The Charlotte Hornets went stagnant. They didn't. I think the hiring of Steve Clifford, I've worked it in my mind so much that at this point I'm okay with it. They needed to improve on defense. They needed to reset the culture. But there was something that I said earlier this offseason. If you go back on the show, I said if the Charlotte Hornets struggle to start off the season, or if they just look like a play-in team again, let's blow it up. Or I even suggested if LaMelo, God hope he didn't get hurt, but he ended up too. If he ends up missing, few 1 or 2 months and they lose all those games, let's blow it up. Everyone except LaMelo should be tradable, and maybe James Bouknight and Mark Williams. Okay, let's blow it up. Let's do what the Pelicans did. Let's try to get established players that we know could go. What if Milwaukee struggles and Chris Middleton's deal is expiring and they don't want to give him the money? Let's see if we could get Chris Middleton. I know that's a far fetch, but with a grade 2 sprained ankle, it typically takes 4 to 6 weeks to allow a full return to the sport. So he's going to be out till November and maybe even December. So that could, mean he's missing their first 9 to 15 or so games. And if they look terrible, let's take this as a gap year. Let's pull a Shea, how the Thunder have done with him, and just say, hey, LaMelo, let's just give you the year off. Work on your body. Let's do that. Let's tank. Let's try to get Cam Whitmore or, Scoot Henderson or God hope, Victor Wembanyama. And let's try to get rid of Gordon Hayward. Let's see what we can get for Terry Rozier. Let's see what we can get for Kai Jones. Let's build around Mark Williams. Let's see if James Bouknight can run it. Let's give all the young guys minutes. Let's basically give all the young guys minutes, and which ones you don't like, let's see what we could get for them. Trade all the veterans and call it a gap year. Go out, try to find your CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram. Thoughts?
Can you pull up my picture?
Oh, you're serious about that. Give me 1 second.
What's up? What's poppin', Maine? You're just in time because we're gonna talk Kings after this. But
LaMelo Ball, I'm not pulling this picture.
Pull up the pic. Come on.
We're pulling up a picture just for hit.
So my one concern with LaMelo Ball, as you're gonna see here with this picture, is
this is not real.
If they shut him down, if they shut LaMelo Ball down, there we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. If they shut LaMelo Ball down, dude, I have concerns regardless if he's shut down or not, if he's staying with Charlotte, because there's no way this man stays with Charlotte for 2 more years if they keep. Like, the Miles Bridges move will change a lot of things. I actually don't know if this is legit news, but I saw on an Instagram page that the Pistons are offering Miles Bridges a contract. I think that was fake news. Because
update on the Miles Bridges situation. So Luke, you remember my friend who's been on the show?
Yeah.
He's a law student. I don't know if you knew that, but I explained to him what's going on with the case and how it's been delayed 4 times, and it's not Miles Bridges people delaying it, it's the state delaying it. And what he said is this is actually kind of a good thing for Miles Bridges. The state is delaying it because they lack evidence. He's like, if a state could continuously delays a court case, it's because they don't have enough evidence to go to trial or to present at the hearing. So they keep delaying it so that when they do have the hearing, it can go to trial. But if it keeps going, a judge just might get pissed off and just dismiss it for lack of evidence.
Yeah.
Again, we have said we'll,
the whole situation, the rumor is crazy. The follow-up pictures were not ideal. All I'm saying is, a rebuild year for LaMelo, yeah, maybe that works. In fact, for Charlotte, that's probably your best case scenario, is just maybe not necessarily shutting down LaMelo, but just trading away Kelly Oubre, trading away Gordon, trading away more of your veteran players.
Bridges' court case was pushed back for a 5th time. It's going to happen tomorrow.
My goodness.
And
they don't got nothing, dude.
So, yeah. That's what we're going to leave it at there. But, yeah, so what are your thoughts? Well, Zion was about to leave. Don't you think if you just propose to, Mitch and – Steve Clifford and Michael Jordan sit down with LaMelo and be like, look, we'll give you a gap year this year. We're going to go into next year with a shit ton of free agency, with a shit ton of picks. Let's take a gap year. Let's develop the young guys, see who's good, and let's try to do what New Orleans did. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's fine. The issue, like I'm saying with that is, Zion Williamson, when he first came into the league, was this, protege. He was supposed to be – not the next LeBron James, but he has that type of ceiling. He has that several-time All-Star, several-time MVP. Zion Williamson, when he first came into the league, was like, this dude's good. I don't care if he's playing. I don't care if he's not playing. This dude is a superstar. LaMelo Ball's ascending into a superstar right now. If I'm not mistaken, last season he dropped something like 21, 6, and 8, 21, 6, and 7, if I'm not mistaken. Shot almost 40% from downtown. So my concern is just retaining LaMelo. But as far as the current roster for the Charlotte Hornets, especially if you don't have Miles Bridges on your roster, this is not a playoff team. Maybe you get lucky in the Eastern Conference, but they're not a playoff team.
They're not, that's why I say let's blow this up, because they're not a playoff team. They're barely a play-in team, with a fully healthy LaMelo. And this is what they have LaMelo for 2 more years. He's going into his 3rd season. So without a doubt, they will have LaMelo for 2 more years. Okay. Because if he doesn't take a extension, basically LaMelo is here to stay. There's no reason LaMelo wouldn't take the money that he's going to get offered. Okay. Et cetera, et cetera. But with that being said, I think this is the year that you have to do a gap year. Blow it up now. Let's see who can get out there.
I still think they need to get in that right direction. When we look at New Orleans, you we're very clearly getting in the right direction. With first off, they've been drafting really solidly for a while now, but
They don't play their young guys.
and you'll see it this year. We saw it at the end of last year, especially. They need to make that CJ McCollum move. I don't know what free agents will possibly want a trade this season. You know, some of the main guys that people are keeping their eyes on are guys like Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown. I don't think either of those would go to Charlotte. But if I'm Charlotte, I have my franchise piece. LaMelo Ball is a superstar in this league, or at least he's trending towards it. He's already a star right now. So I don't care if he's on a bad team. He's not on that bad of a team. I just don't think they don't have enough assets split out. They need to get lucky. New Orleans had Anthony Davis. Like, what does tanking for the draft do for me? To pair another star up, possible star that we're gonna have to wait a couple more years.
I would try, honestly, something I would try to do is call up the Indiana Pacers, offer Gordon Hayward and picks for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
Yeah, you're getting in the right direction with that.
And then if you still feel confident with Terry Rozier right there, I like Terry Rozier. He's just on a really long contract, and like it's not bad money. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like Terry Rozier, I would rather him be a sixth man, but at the same time, like I think it's going out there. Let's find pieces. Like if Fred VanVleet's on the way out, or OG Anunoby is on the way out, let's see if we can get a deal going there, or Harrison Barnes. I know these are expiring deals, but this way it frees up cap space, but it's built the team in the right direction. Or let's see one of the Utah guys. I know they won't. Gordon Hayward doesn't want to go back to Utah, and it's not really his choice, but probably Utah doesn't want him. But let's see if they could get like Lowry Markkanen if he shows something, or there's other players across the league that you can get off of contracts that, people are trying to move. There's even Malik Beasley, or if Lou Dort is the Thunder won't, he seems like a core guy, but it's just like looking for contracts that are either expiring or, that they can break up one player's big contract into multiple medium-sized contracts, like Kelly Olynyk. You go out there, try to get, Devontae Graham again, but like that's terrible. I don't think they want him again. But you get what I mean? Just try to break it up, like one of the Gordon Hayward's or Terry Rozier's deals into smaller deals, I guess.
You kind of have to, I would imagine, because Charlotte still looks fine cap-wise, and long-term you look really fine, but you've got 2 years before you're going to have to pay LaMelo. Gordon Hayward's contracts for 2 more years, Terry Rozier's contracts for 4 more years. So I do think that those are the two players. Even as much as I like Terry Rozier and I like that he got his opportunity in Charlotte, and I think he's shown he can be a starting point guard in this league, but
he just doesn't put you over.
Yeah, he doesn't do enough for me to retain him, and it's not like he's on that bad of a contract. We're talking $20 to $25 million for the next couple of years, but
I would love Rozier on the Lakers. Like, I think Rozier would help a team like the Lakers, or a team like Portland or the Nets, where he's like the fourth guy. But on the Hornets, he's the second guy.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to be the fourth or the fifth guy on the team, or even the sixth guy. Nothing against him, Yeah. But I think that's it for Charlotte Hornets talk right there. Let's move over to the Sacramento Kings, and I have fallen in love with Keegan Murray. You know me. From the draft, I very much liked Keegan Murray. I said his floor is Tobias Harris, which I think is like a very high floor, because you and I are in agreement that we think Tobias Harris is one of the most disrespected NBA players. People forget Tobias Harris, all-star, okay? Like, Tobias Harris has been third option majority of his career and has put up stats. But